I'll be seeing you in all the old familiar places that
Well, my name is Robert Baker, and an uncle of mine was killed on the 19th of June 1944 after having gone through the Normandy landings. They moved on down here, and the idea was that because the Germans were behind me, behind the trees, is the entrance to the Chateau de Cordillon. And it was there that the Germans had some sort of mini headquarters, and the Dorset Regiment had been told to take that chateau. Unfortunately, when they reached the chateau gates, which are iron with railings on either side and a wall on either side of that, they came to a full stop. At the same time, 6 or 7 Tiger tanks appeared around the wood. A little bit of dispute whether they came from the south or the north, and there were 3 soldiers leading. One was a sergeant, and he managed to knock out one of the tanks, but the 2 privates that were with him, one of whom was my uncle, were killed. And then, unfortunately, because of the tanks and the German infantry, they then had to retreat and unfortunately left the bodies behind. It is my belief that the Germans buried the bodies and as such were unmarked graves, and it was my belief that we stood a reasonable chance of finding the graves because they would have only been probably buried together in a very shallow grave. In Farringdon, I saw in the Evening Advertiser, the local Swindon paper, a photograph of this group of ex-soldiers who do metal detecting and various searching, and I recognised one who I contacted, and he very kindly put me in touch with the rest of the group.
So this could be a piece of shrapnel. What's interesting about pieces like this that have grooves and there's a slight curve on it, it could be the top of a piece of explosive. When this shell went into the barrel of a weapon, it helped to create the rotation.
It's everywhere. They say it's everywhere.
All over the place.
Yes,
yeah.
because there were many shellings coming from the artillery.
Yeah. There was an awful lot of activity. I've read the history of it.
Yes. There were 3 main battles here in the area.
Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah, it was.
I'm glad we were here in peacetime.
Yeah.
What was the propeller? What is that one from?
B-17.
I was going to say that was something much bigger.
Yes, bigger.
Yes. Oh, interesting. That's just the wing coverings or whatever.
Yeah.
Wing covering, or the
fuselage.
Not fuselage. For the landing. The
landing gear.
Landing gear.
Yeah.
Yes, very close from the landing gear.
Oh, right. Okay. Interesting.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we came here today in response to a call from Robert Baker, who has been on a search or a mission for a number of years to find his uncle. That is why we're here today. It was a long shot for all of us, but today, unfortunately, we were not successful. But whilst I'm here and whilst we're all together, we remember those brave soldiers that came here to do a mission on behalf of our country, and many of them lost their lives in this particular area, and that's extremely sad for all of us, but we salute them, every one of them. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. And in conclusion, as a mark of honour to these brave soldiers, Private Inge and Private Bosdet, I have to get the name right, Two very, very brave soldiers who we know almost certainly lie within reach of us and yet out of reach. And so therefore, just as Remembrance Day in our own country, we place a cross in remembrance of all those that lost their lives in both wars. I would ask Robert to place this cross in a place that he feels fit.
I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning